everyone, so this is going to be another kind of woman to woman video, and this is something that I've talked about a little bit on Instagram lately and also on Twitter with a couple of you, and a lot of people kind of wanted me to talk about this, and it's a very sensitive subject, so I kind of want to give a disclaimer first and say that I am in no way trying to offend anybody by making this video, by saying this. This is not kind of meant to make anyone feel bad, but it is something that I think a lot of people struggle with. And basically why I call this Why I Want to Lose Weight is because whenever I talk about weight loss in videos, and if I post photos on Instagram or anything like that, there are a few people that kind of don't like it and feel like I'm almost setting a bad example by doing so, because they will write to me and tell me that, you know, they think I look great like I am, which is always lovely to hear, of course, and they think that, you know, I don't need to lose any weight and that I'm setting a bad example, especially to my younger viewers, by wanting to lose weight and things like that. And obviously everybody knows that if you're a girl, 9 times out of 10 you're not happy with what you've got and you always feel like you could improve on everything you do, not just looks, and I'm very much like that as a person. I always feel like I could be doing better with everything, and I want to kind of stress that I know it's very easy to compare, and we do this all the time, where I'll see someone who I think looks amazing, and if she thinks she looks fat, I'll think, well, hang on a minute, you know, she's skinnier than me, she looks so much better than me, and she thinks she's fat. If she's fat, well, what am I? You know, I should be worried too. And we all tend to do this, but when you're kind of in the public YouTube eye, it's even more difficult, because there are a lot of people that kind of look up to you and want advice from you on things, and people often feel like if I say that I'd like to lose weight, or if I say that I'm not happy with my body, I'm setting a bad example. And I had a recent conversation with someone on Instagram on a photo that I posted, which was me sort of 5 years ago, and I was very slim, and she said that, you know, I shouldn't post things like that really, because it could be a bad influence, and that I look great in a bikini as I am and things like that. And while I can completely understand where she's coming from, at the end of the day, the only person you need to kind of please in terms of what you look like is yourself. You can't do it for your partner, you can't do it for your parents, and you definitely can't do it for kind of people who watch your YouTube videos. It just doesn't work like that. And I think a lot of times when people watch your videos, they kind of see you as someone to look up to, and that's a very important thing that you need to take very seriously. And it's something that I think a lot of people on YouTube don't take seriously, and I really do take it seriously, and that's the reason why I make these types of videos. And if I say that I want to lose weight, or I talk about struggling with my body image, I think that's helping people in a way of being honest and being real and talking about that we have body issues, because we all do, and not that many people talk about them. And it's very easy to look at, you know, the beautiful confident girl that you see all the time and think, you know, she's got a perfect life, look how skinny her legs are, and you don't know that she's probably got insecurities about being flat chested, or insecurities about other things. And I think it is important to talk about your insecurities, but I also know that sometimes it can make people feel bad. And I have a friend who had struggled with her weight all her life and had lots and lots of health problems because of it, and just really struggled to keep her weight down. And she told me once that she got very upset if I ever talked about my weight, because she felt like I had no right to. And I can completely understand where she's coming from, and I completely understand why people would feel like that. But you are responsible for your own happiness, and I don't think that kind of just keeping it to yourself for fear of making someone else feel bad is necessarily always the answer, because if you want to kind of improve things, that's completely up to you. And, you know, I don't think that I necessarily would go and talk about I don't go on and talk about, you know, that I think I'm really overweight and that I need to lose tons and tons of weight, but I'll kind of say that, you know, I'd like to shed a few pounds and maybe lose a stone and feel like I look good in a bikini and tone up and that kind of thing, because these are all true things, and at the end of the day all anyone wants is to feel good about themselves. And if me being a stone lighter, which is my normal weight by the way, makes me feel good, then I think I should be able to do that without being worried that that's setting a bad example or making someone who maybe is in a different situation feel bad about themselves, because that's never the intention. No one ever sets out to make anyone else feel bad with this type of thing. You're focusing on you, and if someone else feels insecure about that, it's usually kind of coming from them. It's not necessarily because of you. And I think that's a very, very important lesson that we all kind of need to take in and to be responsible for, because at the end of the day, the only person who has to live with your body is you. And by opening up and talking about it, it shouldn't really make someone else feel bad. But, you know, when you hear a supermodel say like, oh, I don't like my earlobes, you do think, you know, what does she know? And we do that with people in real life as well, and it's something that saddens me, because I sometimes feel like it's discouraging when I feel like I make videos like this that can be potentially helpful, and I have had messages from women that said that it's helped them tremendously. And sorry, my phone keeps going off down there, but at the same time it's discouraging when someone says, you know, I don't think you should do these, I don't think you should talk about healthy eating, because I think, you know, we should learn that we're all beautiful the way we are, and that kind of thing. And while that is something that's very true and that we do need to be mindful of, you know, there are YouTubers out there that very much cater to a very young audience and a kind of teen idols. And I think people like that really need to kind of watch their content and make sure that everything's very appropriate for that type of age group. But I'm not necessarily that type of YouTuber, and I think my videos cater to a slightly older age group really anyway. And I think that if I talk about kind of my insecurities, it's more to share them with you and to kind of show you that you're not alone in feeling like this, rather than making someone think, you know, well, if she thinks she needs to lose weight, I need to lose weight as well. That's not really what it's about. And I feel like this is kind of a really, really, really self-indulgent type of video to make, but it's something that a lot of you have asked me to talk about, and I completely agree that it's something that's very important, and that you do feel very mindful of you on YouTube. And I have other friends here on YouTube that have said the same, that kind of it gets difficult because people think, well, you're slim already, you know, what's wrong with you? And I think as long as, you know, you're not damaging yourself and you're not really unhealthy, it is perfectly natural to always want to better yourself. And, you know, we're beauty bloggers and vloggers. We're, you know, there is an element to us that is vain, yes, but at the same time, it's just to do with wanting to feel good and wanting to feel confident, and you shouldn't be made to feel bad about that just because someone else is kind of feeling very insecure and you're kind of feeding their insecurity more, because we're all responsible for our own happiness. And I really do try and kind of portray that, you know, you should feel comfortable in your skin, but I can't say that, you know, if I was 3 times the size I am now, that I would feel comfortable in my skin and that I would be able to preach that. I think you need to do what feels good for you and what feels comfortable for you to feel good in your own skin. And that can mean 10 million different things to 10 million different people. It's such an individual thing. So yeah, I'd like to lose weight and get back down to my regular weight, where I just feel like I look better in clothes and my face looks nicer because I've got quite a round face, and it's better for my height because I'm not very tall. And that's all it is. It's not because I want to be skinny, it's not because I, you know, think I'm huge. It's just I just want to feel a little bit better. That's all it is. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any other requests for these types of topics, then definitely let me know, because I know that you all enjoy these videos, and let me know what you think about this as well. But please don't, if you know you think that I should never make these types of videos and things like that, maybe please don't share that, because like I said, I make them because a lot of people find them really helpful, and I think I'd be quite upset if kind of people said that they thought they were damaging rather than being helpful. So I don't know. But I hope you all have a great weekend and a lovely day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.